Live. Go ahead, Pete. Rant, bro. Start us off, bro.
So I noticed why Tim enjoys his store. He's got some nice employees under him.
I got the most amazing employees in the whole wide world.
Smile, you're on YouTube. All right, what is going on, SMT Nation? It's what is the date, Pete? Where are we at here?
I see the 6th on my computer.
The 6th? Okay. All
That's updated on Boulder time.
It's
so
all turned into a blur.
All right. Yeah, seriously, this ever since like in this whole pandemic era. Yeah, I don't know what day it is, day of the week. I don't know any of that. So
it's a day that ends with Y, and sometimes you're asked to drive in somewhere.
Right. So yeah, and whatever is going on wherever you are, we appreciate you being here. Whether you're watching this in the live #2LiveCrew or you're watching this on replay #replay squad or replay gang, however you want to do it. We appreciate you being here. The fantastic bearded dragon himself is here. We don't often get to see Pete much anymore. He's been very, very busy. And we are also joined by the great Michael, a.k.a. Technoid. You guys may know him from the Technoid show, and he's got the man bun going on.
So,
yeah.
Today I went to the eye doctor, which generally means I cut everything else out. So I'm on.
Nice. It was an eventful day. T-Mobile did their earnings report. Yep, she didn't know she was live, so there you go. She turned around and busted a U-turn. She's like, I'm freaking out of here, man.
She could have waved.
Yeah, at least wave. You're going to just keep walking by. At least wave.
They're waving now?
I know. Hey, can you send us some shirts? Can we get magenta shirts? Can we get something?
Tim there said he'd send me some of those winter gloves, but
where is her mask? Where is your mask, sir? You are not allowed in that store without a mask.
dude,
don't need them.
Seriously, gonna pull the whole mask.
Oh my god, man. Well,
I sit in a lab alone.
She does have a mask. It doesn't work.
And based on the documentation, I have to keep that thing on the entire time.
So it's rough, bro. It's hard to even remember it sometimes. You just because you don't wear it in the car, you don't wear it at home. So like,
I get in the car and I put on my Guy Fawkes sock and then I pull it up.
Hey, Shara, this little midget thing under here is the computer.
Hit mute, please. Tim, hit mute. Tim, hit mute.
24 baud modem.
Tim, hit mute, bro.
You're not going to connect to the server.
Don't say it. Let's hear the secrets.
All right, let's do some intros. Let's see who's here with us tonight. Kathy is here. Ricky's in the house. He will be going live after us, so we shall see where we go in terms of time. I really don't want to be on here too long. John is here.
Ricky. I think Ricky's going to be on for about 3 to 4 hours. I'm calling it right now. Hey, I'm up, so I'll watch it.
Get your caffeine up.
How do you people stay awake that long?
Bro, coffee, bro.
Nah,
you feel me?
Fuel.
G fuel? Rocket fuel, bro.
Mm-hmm.
What is up, Gene? Gene, good to have you on. Good to see you there. That's everybody from the beginning. We have Skunk Ape is in the house.
I saw Gene Jr. on the T-Mobile earnings call YouTube.
Oh, you guys were hanging out, letting it marinate?
I wasn't talking. I was listening.
All right. That's what I do at an earnings report. I listen. I mean, what are you going to say?
I also dialed in, but I jumped in to see if people were chatting.
What's up, Nick? What's going on? Skunk Ape says 5G towers, but they still taste good. All right.
Do they taste like lemon?
Lee County Scratcher says maybe number 2 with earnings, but as far as service is concerned, I feel AT&T is better. All right, so they're already starting to get the conversation going. What's up, Mr. X? Good to see you, man.
Lee County, again, that based on market, we're waiting for band 14 where I am. So
they need it. They need band 14 sorting in certain places.
We need a third carrier. I mean, we've had 2 carriers, and then we merged T-Mobile and Sprint, and then we still had 2 carriers, except the second place carrier got more subscribers in the area.
In principle, do you think we're regressing? Like we broke up AT&T, only to have more consolidation again? Like, what was the point?
We are progressing. Personally, I think if we can't have, 3 competitive players in a market, we need a public option just to encourage the other 2 to compete.
Yeah. Or some kind of incentives or something, for certain.
I enjoyed the Obama phone idea. But they didn't offer the newest phones with unlimited data at a reasonable price.
Yeah, it was very minimalistic provisions. As they say.
So if they gave you T-Mobile Essentials level access, or even the $25 Connect access from T-Mobile for $10, $5 based on income, that would have been competitive. In some situations, it's more competitive that way. Would be more competitive that way than what we have now.
Agreed. We got a super chat from RTD4451. That's not his password. I guarantee it.
No.
But thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it very much. No comment or question, but thank you for that.
By the way, every server I work on, that would reject you for a password.
Where's the symbol? Where's the special character? Where's the uppercase, lowercase combos and all that stuff? You need more numbers and characters.
That also looks like a social engineer password. I'd assume he's in a regional transit district with that number.
Possibly. Maybe that's his driver number. All right. Pete, let's go over these numbers, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. T-Mobile earnings report for Q2 2020.
Here you go.
What are we looking at, Tim?
Well, black screen. You're getting ready to see Sprint's cruddy system.
We all know it's a 24 baud connection.
Bro, I came here to talk about the earnings report. You're giving me
much.
Sprint systems. How is this a win for me?
I was looking at some of the highlights on the earning report, courtesy of Sebi on the Discord. Where was that picture he threw up?
Yeah, there it is. Finally.
So,
all right.
Tim's just revealing all the secrets.
No.
That ain't a secret.
All right, so total customers at T-Mobile are now counted as 98.3 million customers.
Postpaid.
Right, so this places them ahead now of AT&T. They are now in postpaid. So they are now the number 2 carrier of the big 3, we'll call it.
Postpaid.
In postpaid. Pete, you keep saying that.
No,
okay.
this is a big caveat, because some people were commenting that AT&T has a lot more customers than T-Mobile when you include prepaid and postpaid.
Yeah, but I can't argue that because neither of them reports prepaid accurately. Nobody
reports prepaid accurately.
Yeah, so I can't speculate.
Not even Mint Mobile.
Exactly. I'm not going to sit here and speculate stuff I don't know. I can go with the numbers that are reported here because that's what it is. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. So let's do this. We got, this is all postpaid. 98.3 million. They overtake AT&T. They are now the number 2 in terms of market share on postpaid. They said this is all their claims. I don't know how they massaged it. I don't know how they claimed it. I just have to go off of what, the earnings report says. And this is what shareholders and investors see. Okay.
So I'm actually wondering, before you start, the guy who got some of these numbers, is he part of the Sicilian mafia? Because I could use a favor.
I mean, that's how Las Vegas was built, I believe. So
only 80% of it.
All right. 1.245 million total net ads. So 1.1 million postpaid net ads. So over 1 million on both sides of that. Prepaid plus 133,000 net ads.
That is a really round number.
Yeah.
They all are, actually.
Interesting number that I barely caught. The ARPU for T-Mobile went up to 47.99. So the last I checked, it was a little bit lower. It was either $44 or $45.
It was like 44.
Okay, I'm liking that because obviously that's investment into the network because they're generating more revenue.
They might throw a tower up and point it at your house.
All they got to do, bro, is just
Add a
fix
sector.
not even at a sector. Just I think it just needs to be readjusted a little bit. When you look at the antennas and stuff. But anyways,
hey, I should be able to give you a new antenna and poke it right into your bedroom.
253,000 postpaid phone net ads. That number is pretty low, but I think that's more of a pandemic-based number. Postpaid churn.
I'm looking in getting 3 lines of them. So,
how about postpaid churn coming in at 0.80?
I'm actually surprised with that.
You thought it would be higher, didn't you?
Yeah, everybody. Not everybody. We weren't in the situation, but a non-insignificant amount of people had to get deferred payments, and after a while, you just can't pay back what you can't pay. So then you move to a different place that doesn't care that you're 3 months delinquent somewhere else.
Right. Yeah, that was one of the things they spoke of. The money man, whoever that new guy is, he spoke to that.
I think was he the Peter guy there?
Peter guy, yeah. Yep, the Pete. So he spoke to that a little bit. I completely understand. I can't fault T-Mobile for dealing with the FCC insisting that they keep Americans connected.
I'm actually glad all 3 carriers managed to do at least the bare minimum.
3 months. It hurt. You could tell. I feel like more free cash flow would have been available. So take, for example, their total revenue was $17.7 billion. The service revenue was $13.2 billion. Those numbers may have been a little bit higher. Would we say maybe up $1 billion? Maybe. How many? It depends how many people they had on those deferred payment plans and how many just bounced.
So some people got in lucky and they got some forgiveness in these too.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a significant amount.
The service revenue growth as ranked by the 3 big carriers, T-Mobile number 1, AT&T number 2, and Verizon number 3. I think there's some markets where T-Mobile is the dominant market share because there were some markets where T-Mobile was massive before, now add Sprint, and they probably have like 50% of the market share in certain markets. So
my market, I wouldn't be my city, I wouldn't be surprised if they
a lot of Sprint, a lot of T-Mobile.
So my section with the 2 cul-de-sacs near me, from what I can tell on pulls on the antenna, it's like 80% T-Mobile now.
Wow. That's a nice pull.
Well, here's the thing. In downtown, on the main roads, we get around 100, 120 megs a second. So it's stable, it's fast, it's reliable. And fair bit of the plans were cheaper than Verizon when they got into them.
They usually are. I don't see any scenarios where Verizon is cheaper than T-Mobile, in my opinion, with the exception of the restocking fees, I think.
Well, I have a theory on those fees, by the way. Restocking fees are to discourage people from borrowing phones.
Yeah.
So if you notice that in certain phones, people are continually buying, trying, and then going, I don't feel like paying this, and just returning it. If you get a critical mass, you're going to up the restocking fees.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it's not really a make or break deal for me. That wouldn't discourage me from using a certain carrier personally. So
I researched my phones for 3 months. I don't buy them to try them. I buy them to use them as a daily driver for 2, 3, 4 years.
So check this out, Pete. Only 10% of Sprint customers are actually on the T-Mobile network.
I have a neighbor right over there who's on it now.
I have concerns. We have outages. We have tower problems. We have congestion issues in certain markets. This is going to get bad, bro.
They're going to have to pick up their pants and find a way to properly move them onto even a third of the Band 41 holdings.
Mike, things might get bad for you in New York, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, you're telling me they're already bad? I can tell you right now that our signal boosters are not doing nothing because as of right now, I'm going to say right now, signal has actually gotten worse. We now only have 1 to 2 bars.
Is this prior to the weather incident or after the weather incident?
This was prior to the weather incidents and also after. So it was actually worse before. So I didn't think it could get any worse. But I actually have the speed tests here. I actually did a couple of speed tests before and after just to kind of give you guys an idea. I could pull them up if you'd like. Mm-hmm. So this was on July 31st. 3 megabits down, 0.01 up.
That's not even usable.
Yeah, that's bad,
and then we did today, August 6th. The downloads actually went up. 6.72 megabits down, but 0 megabits up.
What's going on with your upload, dude?
But they had a cow that is using, FDD?
Just to get a little bit of something?
So you can actually make phone calls?
Yeah, I've been on Wi-Fi calling. I've been using that I do mostly FaceTime, but the signal and the reception is getting bad out here, and it's really starting to show. Before you used to, I would say where I live towards the outer bridge. Towards this area, it was very weak from the start, so we had to use the boosters. But it actually feels like it's getting slower, and you can feel it when I'm using Google Maps when I'm driving to school or driving to a location just to pull up a route. It takes longer to load up the app to get the data. When I'm sending a message, it takes about 25, 30 seconds before it used to just snap like that.
Yeah.
When I'm making a phone call, the call drops halfway. So, and that's without the Wi-Fi either. We're not switching in and out. So things are actually getting worse.
That sounds lousy in your market.
I really hope that T-Mobile is developing their network core really intelligently right now because they can mitigate this type of stuff a lot better with a new core. One of the problems they have is a lot of, I think, what they do for their network operations are a bit outdated. Once we get to a new dedicated 5G network core, a lot of this can be alleviated and removed. These problems won't be happening anymore. But that's probably not going to surface for what, Pete? Another 2 years?
From what I gathered from NTIA, which is the group in the Department of Commerce that regulates cellular communication, about 1.5 years, and we'll start seeing that type of deployment.
Okay. Big shout out to Chucky. Thanks for the super chat, brother. Took the dumb crown from AT&T.
I don't even know what the crown is at this point. I feel like it's like hot potatoes every week.
It is hot potato.
It is hot potato. But I will say the only good area where you get the best signal in the island, where I am from Staten Island, if you pull up a map, and I can show you specifically the one area, it's where the Staten Island Mall is. That's the dead center of the island. Mm-hmm. And that area is mostly like New Dorp, areas like where I go to college. That's where you usually get the best signal. But now when we go there, it feels just as if we were on this side of the island. So I can honestly tell you right now, and I'm telling this to you guys, where I'm slowly convincing my mother to do that whole switch to Verizon. She's going to do the senior plan because she technically is a Florida resident, so they're able to get the senior discount. So she said she'd be happy to switch because she's getting fed up. She feels like she's not getting her money's worth, and things are not looking well. So, I mean, I look at the numbers, I look at, these earning reports, and look, it looks good on paper, but over a certain period of time, this is all going to just come crashing in their face with complaints, and they're already getting complaints. They're already getting outages, and I feel like the numbers are not going to do it justice. And Pete, I mean, you say it all the time, and Sam, you say it all the time. Location. I think at this point, I think it's safe to say that New York and New Jersey are Verizon because I see more people with Verizon.
So during this blackout in the Northeast, the only cell service in my cousin's house that could get through for a call was a native T-Mobile phone.
I want to speak to Pete. I want to speak to this a little bit because you and me have been watching this for a while. Mike's starting to get pretty aware about what's going on in wireless. because he's spending time around the channel and stuff. But you and
He
I
got
have been in
curved
this
out.
a while, and right, and Tim's been in the game for a while too. So we are probably going to see an absurd increase in churn for T-Mobile in Q3. And the reason I say absurd because it's been so low for the last couple of years.
We're going to see some churn in Q3 from T-Mobile, but the markets that they're getting online that are actually a noticeable improvement, they're also going to be seeing ads there.
Yeah, but I think the net movement is going to be on the negative, though.
It's probably going to be
So believe it or
for
not,
a couple quarters.
What's that, Tim?
oh yeah, I'm sure of that, but I was going to say, believe it or not, which I can't believe it. I've actually got some Band 41 upgrades.
What?
I'm
I
expecting.
am dead serious.
I'm
I
expecting
saw
around next year.
T-Mobile cell sites with
Okay.
Band 41 on it. It's not active,
I'm
but the
curious.
gear's there.
Okay, I'm curious. How are they doing it? Are they adding to existing T-Mobile sites, or are they new sites?
What I'm thinking is they have moved the existing Sprint gear on top where the T-Mobile gear is.
Smart.
Because a lot of the sites that I'm noticing that has the Band 41 were co-loaded sites.
So they just moved it?
They just moved it up to match where the T-Mobile equipment is. Yeah. And then they're supposed to be reactivating that Band 41 for the T-Mobile side for the NR.
Why didn't they just... Okay. All right.
Why didn't they just
I'm not-
provision the?
Don't think too hard.
I'm not going to... All right. Okay. So anyways, I was saying, and that's interesting. I'm glad you brought it up. We'll probably do some more digging on this at a later time pretty soon, actually.
Well, believe it or not, I didn't even find out from anyone internally. I found out from another YouTuber who sent me a screenshot of Cary, North Carolina getting Band 41.
Yeah, I got Dave B sent me over some information saying that in North Carolina there were Band 41 upgrades. So I was like, really? Like, that's out of nowhere. And because I didn't hear
That's
from
just so
anybody
random.
from T-Mobile, I said, and that's exactly what I told Dave B. I said, internally, nobody said anything about Band 41 upgrades. So this is good to hear, bro.
From what I've been reading recently, North Carolina seems to be not Mississippi bad, but in the lower quarter when it comes to cell phone development.
So why? I'm just going to throw it out there. Why? When I have over 1 million people in my county, the max I can get is 40 megahertz of spectrum on any carrier.
Do they have it?
That's it. That's the absolute
do they have it? But do they does any carrier have it?
It's because
I'd have to look at the FCC licensing.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. They probably don't have it.
It's because of
I mean, that's possible.
No, come on, Pete. We're talking about spectrum. You're talking about backhaul, bro.
So
yeah, they use spectrum backhaul here.
You can only deploy so much spectrum if you don't have the fiber to back up what your carrying capacity.
So you have an infrastructure issue here. You're not talking about the spectrum itself. You're saying we could be getting better performance.
If they're talking about the original fiber backhaul that was laid here, it hasn't been touched since the late 80s.
Oh, and there were a lot of metropolitan areas with this issue.
Yeah.
So we're talking 25-year-old fiber that's just laying in a hole somewhere.
Okay, so this is lining up really nicely, this conversation piece here. Capex spending. They did not want to talk about this. Nope. Like Mike Sievert, it was like the Rona. like he didn't want to even talk about it.
Spending. Next question.
I thought it was like the number I heard thrown around was like 15 billion.
15 billion. I mean, he didn't really want to explain or get any more descriptive about it.
Let's say 15 billion is better than it's been.
Yeah.
But for them to be competitive, they needed the merger to go through in 2018 and spend 15 billion.
Yeah, I agree. Pete's right. I think now it probably needs to be closer to 18 to 20. They've got to be right up there with Verizon and AT&T because they're playing from behind and those guys are spending that much. So to at least compete, if the spectrum is that good, then yeah, at least as much. I
mean, they may be able to save some money if they just turn back on Band 41 on Sprint towers, or move the antenna, then turn them on a T-Mobile rented tower.
Oh, hey, I remember Donald in the live stream there. He was the guy who told me the T-Mobile and Sprint merger would never pass. Hi, Donald. Hi. How's that merger failing for you?
So is he talking about 5G on Samsung A71 5G being a joke for Verizon, AT&T, or T-Mobile?
It doesn't matter. It's a joke, bro. Come on. The current state of 5G, bro. Come on, man.
All three carriers have some form of 5G in Denver.
How is it?
I don't have a 5G phone yet, so it might as well not exist.
Yeah, it doesn't exist in your world, right?
However, I do have 5G on N71 and probably N41 in this city come Q1 next year.
Hey, Pete. There was a story last week. Maybe it was earlier this week. I forget, man. Stuff's starting to blend in. Apparently, American Tower and Crown Castle, these tower installation companies, they're saying that they feel like T-Mobile's a little slow on the pace than they expected. So that story comes out when those companies do their earnings report, because they're asking. Okay, now
I know some people who worked with American Tower.
Okay, so in and of itself, I don't think there's anything wrong with them saying that. You know, who knows what the reason is? It's not even relevant. So let's say that there's other things going on with T-Mobile, and we know that there are, right?
Yeah,
Mike Sievert comes out. Mike Sievert comes out and addresses it and calls it out. I am 100% certain I will not take any other argument from anybody else. They hear us. They absolutely hear us. They watch us, they listen, they hear us. Because we were analyzing those statements from Crown Castle and American Tower, and we're saying, wow, if they're saying that their build out is slower than expected, we feel that's a big deal because we know how fast T-Mobile needs to work. We know.
I'm a little annoyed at the computer science department at my university. They gutted the cybersecurity department, and now it's just a shell program that seems more like a certificate program than a master's program. But one of the guys they fired was a personal friend of Neville's. And I was trying to get a private speaking arrangement through the department to ask Neville some network deployment questions around some RF engineers.
Sorry about that.
I just want to say this, Pete. I'm not convinced. Actually, I'm 100% sure, bro. I'll bet my ridiculously low salary as a teacher on it. Neville does not control his Twitter.
No.
There's no way, bro, because the way he is on the earnings reports, he's actually genuine in the earnings reports. I feel he's actually pretty honest and transparent. Whoever's tweeting on his account is an idiot.
Here's the thing with social media for every company you deal with. If you have a title that is above assistant, like if you're actually in a influential position, you have somebody managing your social media profiles for you. Yeah. And they listen to the PR coming, and they're like, okay, this seems to fit into the person we're representing, so we're going to tweet it, and the guy representing the CEO will not tweet it.
And if you think that, I heard you guys, and sorry I was out, but I heard you guys say that, people, oh, Yasmin's in the house. Yasmin, Team Yasmin, that's what we call it. Yeah. Hashtag Team Yasmin. I'm starting that hashtag. Started. But I find it funny that you said that they're watching you. You know how I know they're watching you? Because there are a couple of employees on this island who I never mentioned you. I never talked about you, Sam. And they know who you are. Like actual T-Mobile employees. And what's funny is I didn't tell them that I know you. But they said, yo.
Wait, they know who I am?
No, I don't know. I actually, also, you didn't ask.
You're talking about Sneed.
They may know
they better not know who Tim is. They got no business knowing Tim.
No.
Leave Tim alone.
But I'm saying it right now on Staten Island in the T-Mobile store where I live by, and if they watch this video and they see it, you'll know now I know him. But they said in the store when I was there with my mom asking about the 5G and stuff, he says, dude, if you want the honest truth, if you really want to know more about the bandwidth, if you want to know information, he said, there's this guy on YouTube named Sneedmobile Tech. Maybe you should give him a watch. I'm like, Sneedmobile Tech, I've never heard of that channel. I thought it was when you sound Sneed Mobile, I'm thinking some kind of knockoff version of T-Mobile. But then they said they actually are giving you credit. They said you say the things that people don't know about, and they like the fact that you're open and transparent. They said they need more people like that. So I just wanted to let you know, because when I heard you say, if they're watching you, more people are watching you now, because you are, in my opinion, I think you, Pete, Tim, Carlos, and all you guys are the only one, and Caleb, are the only guys that are willing to say the things, just like how I am, that not many people are willing to say, or they just don't know it. And I just wanted to highlight that, and the next time I go over, they'll probably say, you son of a, well, I can't say it, but you son of a gun.
Right.
Well, I was going to say, truth be told, that's how I stumbled on the SMT, was trying to learn about the merger because I couldn't learn anything internal.
Some of the stuff I learned before I encountered Sneed here came from talking with people who work with government agencies who deal with this stuff. And those relationships are maturing. And one day I might be on be affiliated with NTIA.
Flex, Pete. Flex, bro. Flex. Hey, listen. We were talking about Neville, right? And a couple things, like I was saying, like I think Neville actually is pretty honest, transparent, and he's genuine actually on these earnings report. His social media is something totally different. Now,
yeah, all social media is done by someone else.
Now watch this. So he said, we are moving at an incredible pace, which is probably true. There's just so much to do. You know what I'm saying? So even if you're at a fast pace, it's still probably not enough. He also said, we are baking the cake super fast. Well, I was joking on my video and I said, well, don't burn it, buddy. Don't burn the cake, because you don't want to drop. You don't want to burn the cake, bro. That's the network, bro. Don't burn the cake, bro.
He's making a layer cake. They need to be making a beef cake.
I know, Pete. You're the only person who understands, bro. Nobody else gets it, bro. He mentioned
press black card and make the beef cake.
Yeah, the black card, bro. He mentioned 600 sites per week. I could do math. Okay, 600 times 4 is 2,400. Let's throw a couple hundred more just for safekeeping. He was mentioning 5,000 sites per month. So he's not there. No. He then said, we are currently working at 700 per week. I can still do math. Let's throw a couple hundred in there. Let's say it's 3,000 per month. That means they're at half of the goal. Their goal is to get 5,000 a month. They are halfway there.
Also, if you think about how much a site covers, in my city alone, which is a small place, we have 4 T-Mobile towers, not including the Sprint towers.
Pete, they have to put band 71 on pretty much every tower.
They need to put band 71 and band 41 on every tower, and I'd be surprised if there was somewhere south of 60,000 across the U.S.
Yeah, they have to do that, or else they're going to continue to have network issues.
So even at the fastest, it will take more than a year and a half to build out everything they need. At the slowest, we're expecting 2-3 years to do that.
He did mention that he expects to be in full stride by Q4.
Well, we can hope if the coronavirus doesn't make a resurgence that there can be some full stride. But if it does, we may be going back down to around 300 a week.
Well, that'd be disappointing. I wouldn't want to see them progress and then regress and slow down.
Hey, that's the way the economy is at the moment. Sometimes you can only go as fast as you can get workers to do safely.
All right, so here's the only thing I didn't believe him, or I think he was misleading us a little bit. He was asked about the similarity between this merger and Metro. Metro was like 8 million customers.
They could dump all the Metro customers onto the existing T-Mobile network after selling them a new phone.
Right.
And then refarm the spectrum.
Yes. You can't do that, Disco.
No, you need to cut off the good in markets with deployed spectrum. You need to cut off 2/3 of the band 41 and then migrate 2/3 of the band 26 to or 24 over to band 2.
Yeah.
Keep the Sprint customers on that. They'll have, reasonable experience, and they'll be able to access the 66, the 71, the 12. Move that 2/3 over to what will work snugly with what you've already built up. Get everybody on that, and then get the last third moving over.
Yeah. That's probably the best way to do it. He mentioned the network issue in, the movement of the customers. He mentioned CDMA being an issue. They're going to have to decom that and refarm that. Sprint customers,
there are quite a bit.
Like 20% need new handsets. Like, that's a small number, dude. I'm really happy with that. 80% is going to transfer. Like, they'll be able to send an update, and that's a wrap.
Dude, 5 years ago, you were looking at 100% of Sprint customers needing new handsets.
I don't know if it'd be, well, I mean, because Band 71 wasn't really a thing anyways. So,
exactly.
That's true.
But no, I remember, the iPhone 5S, if you got it through Sprint, you were stuck on 24, 26, and 41.
I mean, that's all they have. That's all
operated. Those were the only antennas on the firmware.
Ridiculous.
So you could, in theory, at this point, take that phone and maybe connect to band 2.
Yeah, he was tripping when he was trying to say that this merger is easier than the Metro one. What is he talking about, bro?
Well,
yeah, that's such a lie. That's such a lie.
Yeah, come on, bro. Like, you're talking about 50 million postpaid subscribers, bro. Who knows how many prepaid? Come on, man.
The thing, though. It is easier based on the knowledge of converting a CDMA core network over to what they're using. It's harder due to the sheer magnitude of what they got. They have the playbook. They just have several thousand more people or something.
What do you think's going to happen Q3, dude?
Churn, baby, churn.
Dang. Well, give me a number. This quarter was 0.80. Give me a number, bro.
I'd be surprised if it was less than 7.
Ooh.
You've got people with problems.
Don't speak that bad juju in here. I ain't gonna be getting paid for like 3 months. You do that.
They get people with real network issues, and they're gonna jump ship.
But what if I told you that all carriers are going to have a high churn? What if I told you each one of them's at 0.93, 0.101? What if I told you that, bro?
That's fair.
If the door's revolving and everybody's jumping around, then who cares? It's whoever's offering the best deal on the phone, right?
Or the best plan for what they can afford.
Bro, the plans ain't going nowhere. Nobody's doing nothing with plans.
No,
T-Mobile can't increase the plan fees the plan cost.
You got the T-Mobile Connect at $25 with the 2 gigs of data for the first year and 500 megs a year after that, up until 7 gigs.
Mm-hmm.
So you may encounter some people who can only get something like that.
Right.
This is what I'm getting at with plans. So not everybody can afford a $300 cell bill like I can with, 11 lines, a tablet, 2 watches, and a data device.
Let me tell you why the number 2 moniker, like we overtook or surpassed AT&T. Let me tell you why that does not matter to me or anybody here.
Hey, I was drilling it in. This is postpaid results, and
Okay, but let me tell you why it does not matter. What has happened to your network experience when you found out that your AT&T is now number 3 and T-Mobile's number 2? What did it do for your network experience? Anything? Did anything just happen to your plan, your features, to your network experience?
I didn't notice anything.
Of course not.
I still get garbage being around a bunch of steel, concrete, and dirt.
It's an infinitesimal statistic that does nothing for you as a customer. So I know people like to celebrate accomplishments. If you view it as an accomplishment, I do not. It doesn't matter to me. They could have took number 1. I don't even care.
Saying that was just to up the price of their stock.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
Apple can inflate their stock every time they say
What
we're
would happen?
the only $1 trillion company.
But what would have happened if AT&T would have consumed Sprint? They would have been number 1. What would have happened if Verizon consumed Sprint?
They would have been number 1.
T-Mobile could have packed it up and gone home.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I don't know like what people's perception is of this. I don't know how they see it, you know. I'm just saying that means nothing to me personally. I'm still just all about the network. I always have been and I always will be.
Hey, I'm so happy driving around downtown Cleveland. You get some decent service on T-Mobile.
You do.
I'm still kind of pissed off that in your house you don't.
Bruh. And I feel like it's never going to change there. I legit feel like this tower will never be modified, upgraded, or adjusted. I think it's always going to be this way, dude. My T-Mobile service at home won't change until I move.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
So I've encountered people. Now you're saying this about T-Mobile. I've encountered people having less service than you do by moving to the other side of the block on AT&T.
Actually, if I go up the street, it's not bad.
Yeah. So exactly what I'm saying. They moved to the opposite end of the street, and AT&T had no service in their upstairs bedroom. Yeah, where they had like 3 bars on the other end.
I just think more sites need band 71. They're probably at about 20 to 30% of sites with band 71 here. That has to change.
I'm gonna say one thing about 71. This phone only picks it up as an anchor band. So if it's the only band there, I'm on 71.
Yeah, that's good.
If there's other bands, it will not register it.
Oh, so your speeds are limited.
But it's a Pixel 3 XL.
So upgraded phone this fall gets you into a 5. You're a happy camper.
I'm getting a 5G 5. I'll have a legitimate 5G icon, and I can gripe about the speeds not being amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, have you seen what Carlos has been doing? He's been ripping T-Mobile to shreds every single day, and I love it. I love every moment of it.
Bro, Carlos is jaded.
Yeah.
You know, this is a guy that really, me and him as well, we really built up T-Mobile, and then we weren't happy with what they did with their 5G launch in December. I'll just leave it at that. I wasn't happy to see it.
I was underwhelmed. I was hoping it'd be more, and I'd have a decent phone to review it in Puerto Rico.
You want to know what's crazy? Today, Mike Seaver made fun of Verizon, saying that they were going to DSS for 5G and how they were taking away from LTE to give to 5G.
That's what they've been doing.
That's what T-Mobile did with band 71. Bro, this is absurd.
Except Verizon's doing it better.
I don't know that yet, bro. I don't know. We have to see.
No. With DSS, if you're at 100% LTE, you're still at 85% capacity. Yeah. You're not stuck at 50.
That's true, but Pete, he's dogging Verizon for the thing that he just did.
He is, and he's doing that to talk up his shareholders.
This is crazy.
It's his job to hype it up to the people who are investing in the company. That's it.
Mike Seaver, if lies was sugar, he would have cavities, bro. His teeth would be rotten.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
It's his job to do that as CEO. Your job as CEO is to make the shareholders happy.
So why couldn't you do that without lying?
I don't know. I wonder that every time I look at earnings reports for every company.
You would not lie at an earnings call.
No, I wouldn't, but I also wouldn't be in his position. I'd be a CTO.
Man.
Where's Info Assistant? He had a whole list. He was going to start a wireless
Info
company.
Assistant.
It was going to be called. Yeah, it was going to be called Wireless.
I
Okay.
remember that one. I was so happy he gave me customer care and not CISO.
No, I think he gave you CTO.
No, he gave me customer care.
Oh, okay.
But I was so happy because it wasn't CISO.
He gave me CEO, and I don't think I deserve CEO. I think I would have to be COO. I think Carlos gets CEO. If Carlos was a CEO, stuff would be happening. You know what I'm saying?
At least it sounded like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
With magenta pom-poms. Ram said get the pom-poms.
He said magenta pom-pom.
Yeah. What type of apple, Doug?
Hold up. It was.
I was just having a nice Macintosh.
Sneed.
Matt.
I pulled it up on the Twitter. Did CEO Carlos, COO Sneed, CTO Caleb,
Oh, okay.
Executive Vice President Retail Tim, CFO D Alex 24 PR.
Yeah.
Executive
Alex,
Vice President.
the credit guy, bro.
What are
Yeah.
you talking about?
Executive Vice President Customer Care, me.
Yeah. Okay.
And
So
I would be good at that. I do
you're a
concierge.
huge customer advocate.
I do concierge customer care for everything. You give me a cell phone issue and I'll take care of it. You give me a computer issue, we'll get it resolved. And I'll talk to you in a way that you'll understand what's happening exactly.
All right, Mike, since you're texting and crap, give me the read it. Read this Tony Phony Baloney $5 super chat for me.
Oh, I wasn't texting. I was just pulling up some stuff. But all right, I'll read it. If fairy tales were real, Mike Sievert's nose would extend further than 600 megahertz spectrum that T-Mobile can see to shut up about.
Yeah, Carlos. Yeah. What's up,
Hello.
bro?
Yo, Carlos, what's up, brother?
Hello.
Thanks, Tone.
You thought I was texting? Nah, I was just
came in
looking
for
up some
one mission and
notifications.
I'm out.
What are you coming in for, bro? What do you got? Is that LTE?
That's
Sure is,
AT&T.
bro. How's that upload, Los? 37? Yeah, nice speed test. Good stuff, man. Los, where are you?
In his car.
He's on silent, dude. He's got it muted. All right, what do we got here? All right, this is T-Mobile. Speed test.
Standalone junk.
I'll back
Like
him
I
up.
said,
I'll
I
do a speed
just
test
like
now.
I said, like I
Is
just
that
said,
10
I
megahertz?
just came in for a mission and I'm out.
Is that 10 megahertz of standalone 71?
Probably.
Eh,
Upload's decent. Downloads.
that's actually
average.
pretty good for 10 megahertz of 71, if that's the case.
It's not bad. I mean,
You
Stand-
can
I
get
don't-
Google Maps, but what's the ping on that?
24 millisecond jitter, 7 millisecond.
That may
Okay.
as well be LTE on band
Yeah,
12.
But Pete, like honestly, man, it's not standalone.
No.
Let's be real. Come on, man. We know better than that, bro. There's too much that has to change at these base stations and these radios and these antennas.
and
and
I'd expect a lower ping.
these digital units. That's what I'm saying, bro. A standalone service, that ping would be sub 10, probably 5 or less.
Yep.
Yeah, come on, man. We ain't
Dude,
buying
this
that,
is
bro.
Staten Island.
But if that's only 10 megahertz of 71, that's actually pretty good for 10 megahertz of 71.
We got Staten Island getting 10 megabits per second, bro. How's the upload at least? Yeah, it's anemic. Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
That's worse than what I get in my basement.
I don't want to tell
I'm
you
on
what
the
I get in
second
my
floor. I'm on the second floor. Look at this.
Look
It's
at
like
these.
non-existent.
Look at these.
Final score.
Is that a 10 down?
10 down.
Dang.
It's actually somewhat usable in that
That
room.
AT&T is bananas, bro. That is
AT&T,
crazy.
that is nice. That's actually very nice.
Dude, it's going, bro.
How many carrier aggregations?
He's which device is it, Carlos? Ultra. So it's probably doing 5 carrier aggregation.
Hang on, guys. I'm going to have to hop back in.
10, 20, what is that, 40 megahertz maybe? 20, 20, 40, 60, 70. 70 megahertz, really? Holy crap. No wonder it's so fast.
Yep.
Holy crap. That looked like 70 megahertz, Pete.
Yep.
20, 20, 20, and 10.
I'm out.
See ya, Carlos.
Oh, Carlos is out.
I do think one of the things I say with the beefcake that T-Mobile should be doing is getting those high carrier aggregations.
They're still running mostly 3 carrier.
Yeah, and tell you the truth, the speeds are actually pretty decent for 3 carrier.
Yeah, but you know
Where you get service.
Yeah, we do want to see the technology move forward.
Yeah, we want to see the tech move forward.
I missed out on super chats. They're not showing, dude. I don't see anything.
I've been missing out on super chats too when I have the live chat up next to this. And last one I saw was Kasi JR saying AT&T fake news, 5GE.
Well,
Chuck and Greg saying T-Mobile is fake news.
You may hate the name, but the actual technology involved with 5GE is very fast. So
yeah,
I don't like the name, but the connectivity is good.
So on my screen, I saw Tony Phony Baloney super chat and the super chat before that Mike here read, and there were 2 under it, and that's it.
What's up, Yasmin? You came back? You want to see Carlos? He just left. Uncle Carlos left. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hey, Yasmin.
Who's that?
That's Tim. Uncle Tim says hi.
Hi.
And then Uncle Mike says hi. He's the Hulk. See, he's right here. He's the Hulk. And there's Uncle Pete. You know the bearded dragon. Yeah. Yeah.
I can't hear.
You want to hear? All right. Well, here.
Nice.
Let me.
So, Yasmin, next time I'm out in that neck of the woods, you gotta tell your father I'm rewiring his cable.
Yeah, tell your dad to get a new haircut.
No. Yes, he did that.
I did have it. Not yesterday, but yeah, it happened.
I think I need my beard trimmed a little. I got some long bits.
Me, I gotta go. I just gotta keep it nice and short.
Until No Shave November.
You're done.
And then we
Ooh.
No.
You're done.
No.
You're done.
No.
You're done.
No.
You're done. All right, it's been you're squeezing me. Okay,
That's her job.
back to my live stream. This is like my job, yes, man.
Cesar.
Yalla, good night.
Can we just give the best dad award to Sam right now? If there was an award able to be given out, I'd give it to him.
Yalla, go get ready.
Oh yeah, we got like 184 people watching. On my screen, about 21 likes. I don't get what's up with that, but he lets his daughter hijack it in front of 184 people.
I know, she straight up just ganked my live stream. All right, let's see what's happening here.
Sam is having some pretty high ping in Staten Island.
What's going on, Tony? Thanks for the super chat, brother. Yeah. Let's see. Stuggs says, let's see if AT&T starts to have some competitive plans, deals along with a steal you away promo per line. Maybe. Yeah, this could amp it up. I mean, yeah, if they're like, oh, they took our spot. Oh, we got to get our customers back.
I may be interested in that, but they'd have to get rid of that 3G in my market.
A lot of HSPA or 3G?
3G.
Good night, Yasmin.
So that we're they're great.
Are you seeing them, Pete? Are you seeing the crews out there?
No. And I drive around the tower sites every third day to, get food and random in-town errands.
I was going to say a lot of people are seeing them even in like Bismarck and random town Iowa. They're like, yeah, AT&T is all over the place. So I would say that
I also have a buddy in the First Net Alliance who tells us whenever they're building in Colorado just because he's happy.
And no action?
No action in Boulder County.
All right, y'all. We got to wrap up because Ricky just went live. Let's all navigate over there. For those of you that want to meet us over there for RFK Tech Q&A, we'll be hanging out on his live stream. He's going to be talking about MVNOs and wireless carriers. I do want to thank all of my moderators, #ModSquad, all those that viewed today, liked the video, shared the video. You guys are the best. Share it with your socials if you haven't.
I want to say one thing about Ting. I saw some people mentioning Ting in the chat. They're not going to be part of Dish's billing for the next at least 3 months.
Okay. Well, good to know.
That makes sense.
Let's leave everything alone for the time being, right?
Yep.
All right. In the description box, I have all the things going on with the community. We've got the Patreon page link if you want to become a member. If you like what the channel has to offer but want to take it next level, additional coverage, exclusive videos, added live streams and podcasts, check that out. We also have the Twitter handle at SneedTech. We do Periscope Lives over there. Those are pretty cool. And that's a good way to get connected to the community. The audio-only podcast is available. We're on like 10 different platforms: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, pretty much every major podcast app. We're there. So check those links out.
Are we throwing this up on the audio only, or is this too off the wall?
No, you know what? I forgot to hit record, so I'd have to rip it and then do it on audio. I could definitely do it, though, for sure.
I could do it, too.
Yeah. Because you could just download it with premium and then boom, you'd have it.
Yeah.
Do me a solid. If you guys are new, maybe it's your first time here, maybe you've been lurking, subscribe, activate the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. And that's pretty much it. Thank you to all who donated. Thank you to my guests for coming in and hanging out. Carlos stopped by for like 3.5 seconds. We appreciate you, Carlos. Tim, thanks for coming by. Pete, thank you as well. We hardly get to see you, so it's always a pleasure.
Hey, I've been trying to unbusy.
Yeah. Technoid, it's always good to have you, man. And we'd like to have you on more often in the near future, so you're always welcome back. If you're just coming in now, sorry you missed the show. Watch it on replay, #replay crew. If you watch this while you were eating or you're hungry, #ravioli gang. And I think that's it. T-Mobile now the number 2 carrier in postpaid wireless market share. And they had their earnings report, and all the numbers were real good and real high, and life is good.
And if number 2 positively impacted you, mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
If it stayed the same, mazel tov. And got worse, complain and ask for a bill of credit.
There you go. And hopefully the outages that are going on across the nation, all that starts to alleviate and everything goes back to normal. Anything for the go to the order, gentlemen? We good?
Good, I think so.
Good.
All right. We out this piece. Peace.
Peace.